Simpson got a teacher pregnant.
Typical Ralph nonsense.
Bart Simpson got a teacher pregnant!
Okay. So this is a thing? Any guesses as to why this episode is hated? Who knew that people didn't like the subject matter of a 10-year-old dealing with pregnancy? Fun fact, if you want to call it that, this isn't even the first time Bart had an episode involving pregnancy. Years prior, Bart almost married a girl because she was pregnant, which was Bart's second wedding on the show. The writers really like Bart dealing with things that he's too young for. This dude has kissed at least 5 girls before getting a pimple. It's like they want Bart to do more grown-up things, but aren't allowed to age him up. So they say, let's just do it anyway. Heck, in the episode that I mentioned earlier, his first pregnancy, Bart has a license and was driving a car. So Bart doing older things isn't uncommon. Now, obviously, driving a car is far different than getting someone pregnant, let alone your teacher. And clearly this episode is hated because of it. But how actually bad is this episode? Is it even bad? Are there things that make up for the episode's subject matter? Well, let's find out. And see if what to expect when Bart's expecting is the worst Simpsons ever. But before we begin, I'd like to give a shout out to our patrons. If you like our content and want to support us, consider becoming a patron, where you get access to all our videos 1 week early. If not, a like and subscribe goes a long way. Thank you. Now let's begin the episode. It starts with Mo having a meeting with other bartenders about dwindling sales. So to turn things around, they decide to promote a pub crawl where everyone dresses like a superhero, leading us to see this. I know it's just the rocks from The Thing, but it still just looks nasty to me. This is where the episode pivots to Bart. You know, the common Simpsons formula for an episode is you start with a smaller plot, which will lead into the bigger one. But correct me if I'm wrong. Usually the smaller plot has some sort of relevance to the episode. Like when Homer and his friends got drunk and wrecked the school, which is blamed on kids, leading into a Bart and Lisa story in which they have to deal with a citywide curfew. But this pub crawl plot is completely irrelevant to the rest of the episode. It's literally just filler to pad out the runtime. To be fair, they do reference it later in the episode, but it's just used as an example for Bart when he's calling Homer bad dad. Not like he really needed an example for that. Heck, Bart and Lisa barely acknowledge it when it happens. If you're looking for a moment of the Simpsons writers phoning it in, here you go. Anyway, the episode actually starts in the school, where Bart has to go to art class. And we get this line.
Every time I do art, some do-gooder teacher sends it straight to a therapist.
Your stuff is pretty disturbing.
I've never acted on any of it.
Okay. Well, I'm glad to know Bart is seemingly seeing a therapist. It's not like he had a bad experience with one of those. Skinner then says Bart will go to art class and will take home something that his mother can use, leading to this hilarious moment.
Maggie, why'd you do that?
We then see inside art class where Willie is posing nude? What the hell is this? I know nude modeling is a thing, but not in elementary school. And apparently, Willie just came in to take up trash. So the art teacher forced him to get naked in front of a bunch of children. What the hell is wrong with this woman? I mean, I guess she's the one who gets pregnant from Bart, so they had to make her a freaking creep. Imagine when these kids go home. Oh, what did you do today, Wendell? I saw the janitor's dick. I would have done what Milhouse did, and painted something completely different. I mean, she praised Milhouse for this, so there was no actual lesson for this class. She just wanted Willie to expose himself to children. Anyway, we see Bart's art, where he drowned a grasshopper in paint, and let it crawl around on the canvas until it died. So how are those therapy visits going, Bart? The teacher praises Bart for this, which he responds by saying he hates art. And that's really weird for Bart to say, because he's a well-known graffiti artist. He even held an art gallery for it. So Bart hating art really doesn't make sense. I mean, if he hated art class, that would make a lot more sense. Because of this. So because the art teacher encourages him, he hates her and wants vengeance. And since knowing this is the teacher he gets pregnant, I'm a little concerned about what his revenge plot is. While plotting, he comes across Shauna, who tells him about voodoo. Oh, okay, so that's the answer. It's magic. He doesn't do anything with the teacher. I mean, obviously they weren't going to make Bart a father. Well, I'm glad to know nothing creepy happens in this episode. So then Shauna makes out with Bart, you know, the high schooler they had her make out with a child from elementary school. Now some might say, oh, Jimbo was in elementary school and she made out with him too. But Jimbo was held back several years and should be in high school. Let's just move on and talk about magic. Nice, wholesome voodoo. So Bart gets the voodoo supplies from a witch? I want to say witch. And then casts a spell on his teacher.
Voodoo spell, seagull beak and bone of Mel, purple heart and tear of chum.
Ugh. Just had to be tear of chum.
Send her home with aching tum.
The next day, we see Bart in art class, where he brags to the class about what he did to the teacher.
I won't bore you with the dark details, but let's just say she's in no condition for teaching.
Oh. Class, I have an announcement. I'm afraid I can't teach today. I have a tummy ache. A very special tummy ache. I'm going to have a baby!
This leads to everyone thinking Bart got her pregnant, causing Bart to be sent to the principal's office, and having to get picked up by Homer. Which, why? It's not like he actually did anything. Can kids get sent home from school because of rumors spreading about them? Heck, if anyone should talk to Skinner, it should be the art teacher. Anyway, while being, I guess, suspended from school or something? I really don't know what's up with Bart. But he's helping Marge with chores. And we get this funny moment.
Oh, it's amazing how many Cheerios Maggie drops in the back seat. Here you go.
So he throws the Cheerios away, when two strangers come up to Bart wanting him to get them pregnant. And wow, if you don't know the context of what's happening, this is a really weird episode. Anyway, Bart agrees. And when he's casting a spell, we get this moment.
By the power of this place, make a baby with a face.
That's great, really. Really glad we're getting a baby with a face. Thank you.
And then, just a few weeks later, they're totally gonna have a baby with a face. Hopefully. I mean, really, hopefully. With Bart being 2 for 2 and knocking women up, he decides to make a business out of getting women pregnant. Damn, Bart becoming Morgan the Goat over here. Why don't you give a thumbs up if you actually got that reference? Bart becomes so successful at knocking up women that he and Homer get kidnapped by the mob.
Huh? Fat Tony?
That's right, Fat Homer.
Hey!
So Fat Tony wants Bart to impregnate a horse. Yes, you heard that right. The mob wants a child to get a horse pregnant. What's going on? Where are we right now? Is this real life? Well, no, it's a cartoon, I guess. Unfortunately for Bart and Homer, the male stud they need to impregnate the female horse is gay. Shown to us by the horse dancing to its raining men. Which is just so goofy and stupid. Making it fit perfectly into this weird episode. I would show you this moment, but music seems to be the most common thing flagged for copyright bullcrap on YouTube. So Bart and Homer have to get this horse pregnant, but her stud is totally gay. And the horse's name is Rear Admiral. Really, guys? Really? So how do they deal with this situation? Well, they don't have to do anything, actually. As the female horse just solves their problem for them. Because she is in love with another horse, Sudsley Brewright, the Duff Beer Horse. A parody of the Budweiser Clydesdale. We should find out that Sudsley is responsible for Homer getting his first beer. Sure, why not at this point? Even though Clydesdale's only lived 20 to 30 years. So this horse would probably be dead by now, or at least on his last legs. Then, to set the mood for the two horses to make a baby, we get, of course, a musical segment. You know, out of all the episodes I've reviewed so far, only one hasn't had a musical segment. So either the Simpsons sing a lot more than I remember, or people really hate musical segments. I would say this one is decent. Not bad, not good, just decent. But it does the trick. Fat Tony's horse is pregnant, meaning Bart and Homer get to live.
I've never seen Johnny Tight Lips so happy.
They then show 1 year later, which assumably Maggie is still 1 year old, naturally. And of course this means this baby horse is now the same age as Maggie. And apparently it has 3 parents, because the other horses have entered a throuple, I guess. The episode then ends with a completely random Modern Family parody and a Duff beer commercial. So, is what to expect when Bart's expecting the worst Simpsons ever? No, absolutely not. While I will say it is easily one of the dumbest plots ever, that just goes completely off the rails into absurdity, it's not bad dumb. Like Principal and the Pauper, that was a dumb plot that made the episode awful. This is more like Monty Python and the Holy Grail sort of dumb plot. It's weird, it's absurd, and it's hilarious. There were many great jokes in this episode. Heck, I was cracking up laughing just writing this script. Having to tell people how strange this story was. Fat Tony wanted Bart to knock up a horse. That was the major conflict of this episode. The only parts I really didn't like was the irrelevant beginning, Bart and Homer not actually needing to solve the conflict of the episode, and the creepy moments in school. Now, I can fully understand if people don't like this episode. I'm not gonna fault anybody for that. But out of all the episodes I've reviewed so far for this series, it's easily my favorite. I'd give it a B+, which makes it far from the worst Simpsons ever. But, can I say the same about the next episode? Oh, this one's gonna be a doozy. It's a very controversial episode, because it's when the Simpsons go to Israel. What? A controversy in Israel? How could that be a thing? I guess you'll just have to tune in next time to find out. I'll see you then, and thanks for watching.